GM, welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Top Deck Building Series. I am your host, Carper of Web3. Alongside me, as always, Big Brain Frog HK. HK, how are you?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. Once again, the family's not in the house today, this weekend as well. So yeah, pretty chilling
Oh,
now.
dear.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a good day. Pretty warm here in the UK. But yeah, how are you doing?
Well, getting like I was telling you in the back room before the green room before this, I had my wife cut my hair, and then I
Right.
decided to do my own beard and messed it up. So now I just have a mustache. So we're gonna run with it. Uh, I feel kind of weird. I've had a beard for so long, but yeah. And then yeah, I should have taken, like you said, I should just have like my wife or like a barber do my beard so I don't mess it up.
Yeah, to be honest, I try it sometimes as well, but then I always do the same. Because one mistake and you have to shave the whole thing off.
Yep, absolutely. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. It's been a big week. Uh, big week in fantasy. Do you kind of want to do a rundown real quick of the state of the fantasy market?
Yeah, yeah. One second. Let's just get my uploaded. Yeah, I'm gonna have to share my screen. One second.
No problem, brother.
Share this one.
Let's
Right. Okay.
just to this video.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
there we go. We're up.
shared my screen. I think last stream the comments were appearing on the right side.
Yep, I'll do that again.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think appearing. But yeah, just double
Yeah, they
check
weren't
that.
showing up. This time they are. Last time I messed it up.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
Can you see the screen? Or is it too
yep,
small?
yes,
Big?
sir.
Okay.
Here I got.
Yeah.
I fixed it now. There we go.
Yeah, I guess in terms of the market, I mean, Dip Wheeler's kind of become one of those heroes, right, that you have to have. Pretty much goes viral every tournament now. He's led 4 of the 6 tournaments he's taken part in. Yeah, can you see that?
Yep, that
That's insane.
generational bottom, baby.
And this is a top.
They go.
For
They
him,
go.
this is a top though, right? If you look
Yep, yep.
every 3, is it 3 in a row? Yeah, 3 in a row. He's just taken first place, right?
He's making
Yeah,
Greg look washed.
I know, right? Like, oh, how's Greg's looking? Because I know Greg. I was kind of
He's
worried
fallen
about
off
Greg
since.
because I've got his rare, but he's still top, like easily
Like
top
we're saying
6,
he's
top
washed, but he's
10,
still top like 5, top 6. Yeah.
pretty easily, right? But yeah, yeah, I always say Ansem, Greg, and I would say now Dip Wheeler's in that sort of category as like the top, top heroes, right? But I think one thing I've noticed is a lot of more epics and legendaries have recently catched bids. I know we've got the base news kind of already revealed now. I know the team wants to
Yeah.
keep that, a bit of a secret, until we get closer
Yeah.
to mid-July. But yeah, it's out there now.
It's everywhere now.
But yeah, as you
I
can
even
see,
put it in the headline this week.
yeah, as soon as I saw someone post it, I was like, yeah, surely, it should be out there now. But one thing I've noticed is there's not many legendaries on the market that, you know, uh, you'd want to buy. Pentoshi's probably one of the decent ones.
What are your thoughts?
Alon's a bit
So
risky,
one
has
thing I heard. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. Go. No, no, you
Oh,
go
so
for it.
I,
Go
I
for it.
read a I read a comment that Otto put in the Cabal chat, and he said basically if you're not going for like top 5 in elite, it's not worth having a legendary. I think that was a super hot take. I don't think that's true. But what do you think on that?
Uh, so what was it? So he said, if you don't have a top legendary,
If you know if you're not going for like if you're not shooting for top of elite, like the top 5 spots, or if you don't think you can challenge for the top 5 spots, don't even get a legendary. Which I think is crazy because like I
uh,
think anyone like because he's trying to say that like they're like I mean I kind of see it but I kind of don't, um,
no,
and they're
I
becoming
think
more liquid too.
there's definitely, I mean, if you get 6th, you still get good rewards, right? It's not
Yeah,
like I just look at rewards here. Like, look, 6th and 5th. Like, what's the difference? 0.05
pretty
ETH.
good.
So I think I would also say if you like, don't get too many legendaries, if anything, I would just maybe add on to that, right? Like if you got one legendary or maybe two maximum, yeah, I would have got beyond that if you don't think you can challenge for top 5, right? Or even top 6 or 7, whatever, right? I think that's the main thing. Because what you'd find is you're almost better off having 3 epics, and then sometimes you can play gold, right? There's a more versatile, as in you can play other leagues with epics, right? So yeah, I mean, there's some truth in it. Like you shouldn't have that many legendaries if you're not going for the top, right? Uh, but yeah, it does bring the question: is what are the use cases for mid legendaries, right? Because if you can't really challenge with those legendaries, can you? Given that sometimes, uh, yeah, I think epics are probably and yeah, I think elite, it has the top prizes. Everyone wants to compete. I've got my Soulbound legendary. So while we're on the topic of legendaries, I was thinking of, do I an epic? Do I not? Now
Yeah, see, I kind of
I've
wanted
gone
to
with
go
it.
over this week is kind of how you're setting up your legendary deck, right? Because it's really
Yeah,
cool
can
now.
you?
We always talk about it. I can hear you. You're cutting out really bad if you're trying to talk.
Right, one
Are
second.
you there?
Can you hear
Oh, I
me?
hear you now. Now I can. Before I said I couldn't tell if you were talking or not because you were like, it sounded like you cut out, but it almost sounded like you could have stopped talking. But it was kind of there for a little bit. It was like
Right.
robot-y.
No, that's fine. But yeah, can you see my screen? Yeah.
Let me fix that a little
So
bit.
yeah, I think if you just make the images our sort of I think it's a bit
There we
smaller.
go. Is that
All
better?
right, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. But obviously, my elite deck. Now, I was gonna go for like an epic, but then I just feel with my strategy, like I'd rather just keep collecting rares, and then when I want to upgrade to an epic, I will do, right. So I do have 5 bandits. The good thing about having 5 rares is you can play in 5 different decks, right? But I've gone with Unipix. I feel if he can get top 10, it's better than me getting like a mid epic because
He's crazy good right now.
he
Bonksy
can get
good.
me 1300 plus points, and then when he's like a 6-star, I can play him in silver, right? Similar with Vale, he's an 8-star. I don't think he's always going to get top 10. So as an 8-star, I don't mind putting him in deck. So that's how I've become a lot more consistent. I don't know if you noticed. So
Cutting out again.
his streams are like pretty much daily, right, with bounties and stuff. So and then Bandit, like he's just a machine right now. So that's just
Yeah,
an
yeah.
easy pick. But yeah, like I said, I have 5 bandits that I can upgrade to an epic. But what I'm doing for now is just keeping the 5 red, and I think as soon as I think I'm ready to epic with my legendary. I think that's what I do. I also think there's my card will probably do a lot better when we start, with the base and we onboard more users and stuff like that. I think for now I'm like a 600 point scoring hero right now. And I think I can pretty much maintain that until more fantasy once fantasy actually base and all the exposure that comes with that. I think I can definitely do a lot better. But yeah, that's how I'm using it right now. But yeah, like I said, I mean, with legendaries, with 1 second, I'm gonna have to just quickly attend. Give me 2 minutes, yeah.
Yep, no problem. Kinda. But yeah, so while HK is dealing with something real quick, uh, yeah, I think it's really cool that one. So we always have generally we do like 3 weeks on, 1 week off of 3 weeks with heroes, 1 week just kind of chilling, kind of like a reset week. And what's nice is this week,
Back on.
it is a reset week, but we also have HK who is a hero. So it's kind of cool that even on a reset week, we still have a hero on. So
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have that in every week. We don't have a hero, right? We still have a
yep,
hero.
yeah,
um,
we got a hero. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, it was also interesting because I was also looking at like, how does hero scoring work and stuff like that. Because I was obviously tracking my posts and then seeing what's going to increase, what's going to decrease. Obviously, as you can see, my scoring, it's around like it dips into like 500, sometimes a bit less on days where I just get a bit busy. Like Thursday's usually one where I don't post as much. Usually after the rewards come in, I do post. I don't post in the morning as much, and then obviously that post regarding the Coinbase wallet, that kind of did well, and then I'm currently at 800. It's probably like overperforming. If only that was during the tournament, right? But yeah, let's just quickly run down like the heroes that might not be posting next week. I think Crypto Leon said that he might not be posting as much this morning, right? That's one there. I think Sherlock will be back. I did DM him, right, and he said he's definitely back for next week. So he's a 4-star. He was away
Who's
last
that?
week, so
Sherlock
Sherlock.
Holmes
So yeah,
or
him.
WLK?
Yeah, he's RWLK. He's back next week. I don't know if you saw Base's announcement. Well, not announcement, but he posted like taking a 3-week break from X. I don't know if that's going to be don't tweet for 21 days challenge, right?
What he was doing?
I don't know if he hasn't posted since since that day 2 days ago. So that was his last post. Now, I'd be nervous holding his card, but he said I've seen other heroes
When he
say
comes
like
back,
I'm
he'll be
leaving
good.
it.
He'll be a 1-star. Oh shit, maybe not because he might get for 3 weeks. That's a
3 weeks.
lot.
Yeah, if it lasts 1 week, then I'd be slightly worried because then
Yeah.
But I think it's not like I don't think I've watched it out or anything, right? Because of the system.
Yeah.
I was
He
thinking
said
maybe if he gets 3 zeros, God.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, I was just
That's a
thinking
good point.
if he gets 3 zeros in consecutively, would that mean he falls under the cloud, like really get out the next season? But I think he should be fine given it's a 6-week long
Because
season,
he hits
right?
hard enough when he comes, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if
Like
it was one of them seasons where 4 weeks, he missed 3 weeks, then there's that you want what chance that he doesn't. There's a chance he just falls out. You don't want that, right? But yeah. What else is there this week? What were you gonna say before?
oh, I was gonna say Crab's comment makes good sense. Like he's like, I can never tell when Based is joking.
Yeah, he reminds me of Stowe Strike Savage. Like he posts like never gonna be posting again, right? And then he'll end up posting during the tournament. So yeah, some of these heroes you just can't trust. Another thing was Guru said that he'll be back on the weekend. He's a 1-star.
Yeah, I seen you posted on that. That's a good one.
Yeah. Goose 1-star. Hugo looks to be posting again. So if you look at Hugo, his 24-hour chart, pretty much. I don't think the index is working
A
again.
lot of good 1-stars this week.
There's quite a few now. There's one that I don't trust, like DCF. I don't know if I trust him. Just he feels like he's not really posting as much, and he's doing a lot of quotes. He's doing a lot of quote tweets, which isn't really great for his score. Like if you look at DCF here, I know he's at 0, but even when he last tailed off was 1-2-1. Wow, has he been 0 for that
He's
long?
such a
Wow.
stud.
I just think
He was such a stud.
if he'll have nothing to post about, his content really does do that good, right? And the market's kind of like BTC's running a bit, alts aren't running as much as we want them to, right? NBA trades kind of fallen off. KP, who else is there? Has fallen off. Nest can, and I have like 7 comments. I know Crab just commented on that. Any word on Evan? He doesn't have a holder chat anymore, and if you look at his last few tournaments, let's have a look because he has been posting the last
I think
few.
he's thrown in the towel. It feels like.
Yeah,
Since
I
people
almost
blew
felt
up
like
on him.
his strategy around this time was basically, regardless of what
Thanks.
he didn't even pay attention to holders. He'd just be posting like every tournament, right? And there weren't many expectations. What I think happened is as soon as he started this Telegram chat, X chat, and there was expectations of him to do well when he's a 1-star, bad like 0 when he's a 5-star, and that didn't happen. All of a sudden, Holders, engages his post, and all. It left a bad taste, right? But yeah, I agree with Matt. Like he's gonna score between 250, 450, and like I said, if Hugo blanks again somehow, right, and Guru doesn't follow through with this promise of posting, right, he might do well in some decks, right? And he's 1-star, so if you get him 450 points from him, it's not bad. I think Makesy got like 450 in the last tournament. So yeah, I mean, there's a few good 2-stars, right, this week as well. If I just filter on those. So out of these ones, who do you think is one that you'd
Guru.
got? Apex,
hands down.
Travis.
Wait, Apex is the 1-star this week, or 2?
No, he's a 2-star. He's a
Two.
2-star.
Yeah, no, I like Apex a lot because I'm biased because of Apex. I have a bunch of him.
You have
a bunch of
few,
his
right?
rares. So he oh, I don't know why I took that off. Let me fix this. I don't like when your face is covered up. Hold on. Let me update that. There we go. Now we're better. Now your face. It makes it better for clipping when your face isn't covered up.
Nice.
But yeah, so when it comes to 2-stars, generally with Apex, I like to play him in like a gold, in like my gold farming, right? But now I might farm, not even farm, but like I might use him a little more in silver. Yeah.
Maybe silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did to me. He did say under my article that he's. It seemed like he did a post something like he's taking a detox in the summer or something, right? But I think that just meant like
he posted that.
No, it was during the tournament. But I think it was more sort of like detox and like project specific content. Like he used to be like posting, so I'm not 100% sure if that's like he's going away. I think Zach's kind of fallen off. Have you seen that lately, Zach?
No. Yeah. See, ever since Claudio, he's went to, but he's also like been streaming a lot more on Abstract, and I think I almost want to reach out to him and tell him, hey, you should cross stream that and stream it on X.
Yeah. But do you think I think streaming is hard to get views on? I think Clem said any video is hard to get like engagement, right? I don't know, like with Laudio, his engagement was crazy because he was like a top 10 on the board, and everyone was engaging with his posts.
It was so high.
But then his follower count went from 30K to 40. I think he was around 8K. The model would probably know better, right? But it was on 28K and it went up to 40K. I think what is he on now? Like he must be on like 40K surely, right? 41K, right? And now all of a sudden he needs to match that Laudio level engagement to score high again, right?
Yeah.
Unless he gets onto another project, you can see it's tailing off. Now, believe it or not, I'm probably not even going to play him in my top deck, or I'll probably start playing in bronze a bit more and maybe farming in gold. But yeah, I put Icebergy almost more than all the other 2-stars, just because of that ceiling I can get with the Icebergy. I think he's had a few weeks. Last week he was off, but before that, at least I can guarantee like a top 100 if he's back. Right, like top 100 is pretty. It's a weird comment coming in. I don't know what that means, but you can read that. So you've got you. I don't know what that means.
Wait,
do you know?
Yeah, that's. It's because we're streaming like cross streaming this. I think that's a spammer.
Ah, right. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so, top 100. Iceberger usually gets top 100, so I like him at 2-star. And Jay's kind of inconsistent, but again, he can get top 100 as well, not as consistently. But yeah, no, there's plenty of options 1 to 2-star. There's good 7-star. Again, Vol is a speak. DB is a 7-star. So yeah, there's quite a few interesting options. Yeah, do you want to go through some of your decks first?
Yeah, I haven't made them. just yet. So I was gonna make some on
Yeah,
stream
you on
here,
this?
but yeah, because it is. Let me get it up here. Sorry, I jumped into a meme coin real quick here on stream.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
so I'm not gonna talk about it though on stream. That's weird. But yeah, no, that's what I was doing there. So like that's why I'm glad I have multiple monitors. All right, so let me get to my decks real quick. I opened some packs this week, and it did fairly well. Let me disable this. No, it's enable.
All right, yeah.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna remove yours. We're gonna share mine. I clicked the wrong button. Share screen. We're gonna share fantasy top. We're gonna click that bad boy. Bingo, bango. Let me make this a little bigger. Oh, here I know. No, that doesn't work. Let me make it bigger real quick. Is that better? I'll make it
Yeah,
a
that's fine,
little bigger. There we go. All right. So we'll go to competition. Start with I do have one silver deck in. So let's look at this real quick. So this is what I threw in. Jazz, I think, is gonna be back.
Yeah.
CBB, I might knock CBB out. Actually, I want to see what other 3-stars I have.
Mando, I think
Actually, I
that's
think I'm gonna
CBB
go
or Mando
orangey.
this week.
What's up? What do you think about orangey?
He's kind of just tailed off a bit.
He's not a rare anyways. Forget him. Yeah, I thought he was a rare, but I don't have his rare.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got
gonna
off
be
his
Mando.
rare when I did.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Mando or CBB.
Good start though. I like it. Ooh, you're
I like him as a
right now.
3-star and below. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Again.
One second,
Yeah, you went
one
Red Bull
second. I think I need
second.
to. I've got 2 internets. So I'm just gonna switch to the other one. I might buffer for a second, so I'll just give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. Bro says I've got 2 internets. That's awesome. Yeah. So for those watching, yeah, he's still
right.
here. Oh, we got some.
Am I back? Yeah.
Yep, you're back, and you sound great.
Am I back?
Yep.
So yeah, what I'm saying is when Mando's like 3-star or below, I feel he's a good option for silver. I will probably play him in a few decks, but CBB probably has a higher ceiling than him. So it's like, do you risk it or do you not, basically?
Yeah, and so like I have my. Okay, so I pulled this ICO beast in a silver or in a shiny pack this week.
Nice.
And yeah, so I'm pretty pumped about that. And so I put him here, and then like with Clemente. So now that's like, and the reason I say that is, so I'm using 3. Like, you know how I feel about Jazz. Like, I love Jazz, and especially with him being a 4-star. So these 3 are like what I consider like good, like some of my good cards, like that I really like to use. That I usually farm with. But so now I'm gonna put Guru in here instead of originally I had Hugo. So I feel like he had a highest upside out of the 1-stars that I own. And then I picked up this Guru, which I was, even though like he made the comment on a post of mine and Travis's, like a post of replying to Travis and I on Travis's post, and he for some reason it didn't click in my head. I thought I had some of him, and then I went back in and I bought him way higher than I should have, since like I'm pretty sure I was one of the first ones to see it, other than Travis. And so I went back and I should have bought him. I think my son's getting ready to come in. But so then I went with Guru. Yeah. Hi, Bubba. And so I ended up switching him out, and now I really am thinking, like Mando is the safer option, right? But CBB has more chance. I feel like CBB has a better chance of giving me the numbers to get this as a first place deck, right?
Yeah, it's basically that, right? Like, if who's gonna give you a high chance to win? CBB's last post was 2 days ago, and before that he did post for 5 days, and then before that he did post for 3 days, right? So he's posted 3 times in the last 10 days.
Mando it is.
I probably got Mando.
Mando's gonna post. Like, he's always gonna post.
You can almost do like one safe play and then maybe another silver deck if you want, because I know you've got Hugo.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make the most of Hugo at 1-star, surely, right?
Yeah, and I got a rare Hugo.
Oh, you got Intern as well.
Intern's going in here. Where's my intern at? Where'd it go? I just seen it.
Right, Intern.
So intern. And then I
want Bread at 6-star, probably.
Yep. That puts us at 11.
And then I would almost say you go
Hugo 1.
Do you go Hugo 1 or do you go Jess 4? I don't know.
I like Jess, but I don't want. Yeah, I don't know. Here, let's see what I've got at commons. So
Oh, you
you
got
said
Sherlock.
he
Yeah, you go
Sherlock
for him.
4, and then we
Hugo
go with
1.
a rare or common.
Common, and then you got Kaleo, or you've got Bandit.
Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go Kaleo. Ah,
Oh
Bandit,
no,
Kaleo,
Vo.
Bandit,
I'd go
Bandit.
Vo. I'd go Vo. I'd go
Oh,
Vo.
Vo, duh, hands down. I forgot Vo's a 7-star this week. I forgot. Yes, I forgot.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Vo is a 7-star is a steal. Like that's a no-brainer. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I like this deck. I like this.
I usually farm with like my Vo rares, but I've got 3 rares, so I'm probably gonna play the silver this week. As well.
Dude, like I like this. Usually I only put,
Solid
me,
deck.
like I only put like 1 or 2 decks in. Like most time just 1. But like I feel
I
like
like
I
how
might be putting like 3 or 4 in.
I like how the both decks are completely different. So
Yeah.
you're not like hoping one hero does good for both decks. Like it's a good position to be in.
Yep.
But you've also got that 1-star Hugo rare. It's like, how do you use that?
Yeah.
Do you have a Guru rare or do you not?
No, I did not have a
Because
Guru.
they're
I was gonna pick
1-star,
one
it's
up,
like,
but he's pricey now. He ran.
yeah, he did after you saying he's gonna post, right?
Yeah. Guys,
Interesting, right?
here
You got another Vo.
I feel
You
like
got another Vo?
yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
But-
So do you go Vo and oof, interesting.
Like cards are sitting this week.
I'd say you go for another one just because of the cards you have. Like,
Wait, go for another silver?
Yeah, because you almost have. You put him a rare Vo. Like you can get some good ETH, I think, this week.
Yeah.
I
I usually don't
normally
go
you
after
go
ETH,
for
but I think I
frags.
have the opportunity to do this week. As long as I always like to get 1,000 frags because like the way I look at it is my port is usually like I consider my port like a 2.5 to 3 ETH port, right?
Yeah.
Because like you know me, I'm extremely patient, so I'll wait to like it. One, I don't usually sell stuff. Like I already taken stuff out like along the way, but like me, I'm super patient when it comes to, like putting bids in and stuff. So like that's how I got my smolting. This was like I was talking to you. I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream. Remember, like I did him. Yeah, we did this last week off stream because I accidentally ended the stream too soon. But yeah, like for those who don't know, this took me like I packed 2 of them, and then it took me what like a month and a half of bidding to finally get my other 3. And I paid like 0.01718 for these other ones. But yeah, so like I feel like generally as long as I get one, because I feel like 1,000 frags is really good for how like I have like a more medium-sized port compared to like a lot of other people, like maybe even a smaller port compared to others. And so I feel like 1,000 frags are really good high upside. But
yeah,
like if I can get, I usually like trick to get like 0.01 to 0.03 ETH plus the 1,000 frags, and this week I think I can get even higher than that.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I think. With 3 silvers, you have a chance, to get good frags as well, not just like ETH, right? So if you go, let's see which other top heroes you have at the top. I know you want to save some for farming, right? I'll leave Bandit just for now, just because I know you can put him in a farming
Vo
deck.
in here too, Vo and Bandit.
Yeah, and then you probably need to go down a bit in terms of your, because I want to see what commons you have, because ultimately you need the commons also to go along with your 6, right? So you got Hugo, Orangey.
Orangey's 3-star.
Orangey 3, yeah, possibly Orangey 3, Hugo 1.
Hugo 1 as a rare.
You can possibly go him as a rare, or just probably as a rare.
Common. Yeah, and then that leaves me here. So 5 left, and I have some good 5-stars here.
Yeah, I'd say easy is probably the one that you're probably gonna get because it's at 600. I'd almost say like your rare has to be better than the Hugo 1. Hugo 1-star has a high ceiling regardless, right? You've got a common as well, 1-star common. Yeah, there you go.
DCF.
No, Hugo on the
Where's
left.
my Hugo common? Oh, there he is. I do have it. There we go.
And then you've got 5 stars.
Now I feel better.
If you put art school in,
like art school.
What does that do? Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
I like that.
I actually think art school might be a bit
I like this a lot.
I think art school might be a bit of a sleeper this week. I think.
Oh, me too.
I've got 2 rares as well. and
He's another
Bandit
one
and
that I
Bo.
went Fountain and Bo. This is a good combo.
Yeah, no,
Like,
both combos are good.
let me see something real quick. Actually, no, I don't think I can fix this deck any better. Like, I might be able to
Yeah.
find another 3-star, a better 3-star common here, but
Yeah. I
but
think
for now, I think it's a good
RNG
place for it.
it's RNG CBB or Mando, right? Like those are the three stars, right? That
Yeah.
you can pop.
And now this one I have all one in. I have all three of them in, right?
Yeah, no, you haven't got
Bandit,
CBB. I don't think you
CBB.
put CBB in
Where did I put
any deck.
CBB? I haven't
Yeah.
put CBB in yet, have I?
Now the thing is, if you look at register deck, like you have so many, you still have a lot of options. Like even with after doing this deck, I feel a lot of your good cards have become lower stars this week, which is good in a way. You can look if you put Hugo CBB, this can be like your high risk, high reward. If you go CBB,
Yeah.
right?
Where's my CBB? Oh, there you are. CBB.
And then
then we can go high. Go Kaleo. Or no, Smolting.
I was thinking maybe someone that. Not Nick.
Luca Nets maybe because he's high risk, high reward. Man, I think like Nick. Nick could be a sleeper this week.
You think so? I
hope so. That's more me hoping.
Yeah.
Than actually being. I'm gonna put Star Platinum here.
Yeah. What I was thinking is 2 strong commons, actual good commons, and
then Kaleo, or I mean Clemente, and then
and
then Bo, right?
Chess, yeah, I'd go Chess. I'd go Chess there. Well, yeah, that has a high ceiling as well. If CBB and Hugo pop off, but I can see happen. Everyone's gonna try with Hugo, right? Like I've got Hugo in all my top silver decks. Like if he does it post, everyone's gonna suffer. I feel like you have to go with him. I've also got a deck space Guru as well, because I do have a few common of Guru. But
sorry about that. My son just sent me a deck.
No, I like that. It's different.
Part of me likes the fact that like this deck. So I have 2 decks that don't have Hugo, and I have 1 deck that doesn't have. Where is it? No, it does have it. So
all 3 decks have Hugo. All 3 decks have Hugo. That's the thing.
All 3. So I have one deck that doesn't have Hugo. So if Hugo poops the bed,
wait, I know
one deck that could have gone in.
The only thing you can do is drop. Yeah, it's a tough one because that bottom deck, if you take Clem out, put Rom common in, and change your Hugo to maybe a different rare. No, Fragile. So if you go Fragile 6-star, because he's as good as Clem probably, if he does very well. So common 6-star common.
Oh,
and I don't see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah.
And what other 3-star rares do you have? I guess is the question.
I don't have any.
That's the thing, right? So what you could do instead is maybe go Hugo, put Hugo in, and take CBB out. All of a sudden, you'd have to rely on CBB, and you've got a good deck. So let's see 6-stars. What? So you've got 5 stars. Elio. I've said Luco, Elio.
Yeah.
I don't know which one,
Luca. Luca's getting ready to do a media tour, I feel like. He's on a media tour. So I feel like he could be retweeting or quote retweeting clips. Well, he's not a big quote retweeter. He just retweets them. So that's kind of his downside.
He just goes off like early in a tournament.
I'm gonna look at his stats real quick.
He goes off early in a tournament. He's been kind of up and down, really. That's the thing. So it's like a bit of a
but he can pop off, like, you know what I mean? Like we've seen him hit one. That one's very rare, but that was back in last year.
I mainly for them. I look at the top 50. How often does he get it? Like since March, you can probably say he's been top 50 6 or 7 times out of like
exactly 7. Yep, 7 times
in the space of what's that? 3 months, 4 months, 3-4 months, right?
About a third of the time.
Yeah. Interesting to see how he does. From 5 stars, I really like Intern, Waz, Art School this week.
I have all the let's see what's the price on a Waz right now. It's probably out of my price range.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay that much for him.
His listing price has gone higher. It was like 0.12. I minted him in a Jade pack, a rare, this week.
You did? A rare? Yeah. Dude, you're so
yeah. that was so like that was so timely as well because I needed another good 5-star, right?
You just made me. I'm opening a pack right now.
Oh
I'm
wow.
streaming.
Right. Okay, we've had a pretty bad time in the shiny packs on our stream, right? Let's hope
Here's
this.
what- Oh, dude, yeah, I don't know why. What's this thing?
Oh, another one.
Here's something good,
Come on,
baby.
give us a 7-8 star.
7-star. That's not bad, right? Narco's not bad, right? Oh, let me mute this back real quick. That's obnoxious. Is it muted for YouTube?
No, it isn't. It isn't muted.
Still playing? All right, let me shut it up then. I feel like that wasn't bad. Like that could have been worse, right?
It was okay. Yeah, I think
It
we were
wasn't. I
slightly
definitely
under the
lost
cost.
money on it.
Yeah. I think the orangey might probably be the best one just because of his price. Nyrol's okay in terms of price. Stats has gone down. So you're probably
That's
like
done a lot, yeah.
recovering 80 to 90% of the pack.
Yep.
Smokey's kind of off, and then safety thread's kind of just you probably recover like 0.4, so like around 70 to 80, I'd like to say, of the pack value.
I'm gonna keep stacking stats though. Stacking stats. It sounds like I'm saying stacking stats, but because I feel like when he's back, he's gonna be back, like doing pretty well.
Yeah. But yeah, if you go back to your
I'm trying
silver deck, I
accumulate
think
him,
that
man.
if you go back to your silver deck, I think that's you've got you kind of have to go on with CBB. Or else where are you going to put him this week, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you kind of have to play him. I'd almost just go with Hugo, what you had before. So Hugo, CBB, Hugo Rare, I think, and then you put in like Clem, I think, right?
Hugo Rare.
He's quite high up there. There he is, in between next to Nick. And then you said Clem, right?
Yeah, Clem.
Yeah, Clem, yeah.
Well, I want to see something here. Let me go this. I just wanted to try something here. So go. All right, I want to keep him in for sure. Where do you go? I want to just see something here. I'm going to take Jez out because I will use Jez in the gold. I want to see what I can do here. Put him in and then go. Who do you like? I like Narfle now. Let me Narfle here. I kind of like Narfle because they're almost guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or easy. I don't know here.
So when you say you're gonna put Jez in gold as a 4-star, I'm just thinking, what will you get? Will you get the most out of that? You'd probably get frags. If Jez does well, the upside is 1,000 plus points, which means your silver deck would do a lot better. Surely you go.
You're right.
Like even me, like I wouldn't put Jez in gold because I can only farm with the rare. I can't really compete unless you're epics.
Yeah, I don't play epics.
Now let's just say Hugo doesn't post, or CBB. Let's say he doesn't post. Clem gets you probably 900. Jez 1100, Star Platinum 2800, and then if Hugo goes off, I feel like the lower bound for this deck is good, and then the CBB is like wild. CBB is almost like your wild card here, right? Whereas if you do the other way and go Nirolf and Kaleo, if CBB still doesn't post, there's that small chance that Kaleo, like he said, he's back, but obviously there's more competition for them top 20 spots. I think he got 21st last time out, and then Hugo doesn't post. You're kind of in a bit of in the mud basically. But yeah, I like this. I like this better, to be honest. For sure.
Now you're saying that because like my Jez, I'm using 2 here. I like Jez here. I really like these silvers. Because that's something I didn't think about. I was thinking about putting a lot of the just doing the same thing, like just 2 decks here and then going back to gold. But you're right. Like in silver, I can actually have the cards to compete. Where in gold and elite, I only am farming. I'm just trying to get 1,500 frags per deck, right?
Yeah. I've just seen MCG's comment, pack was minus 0.0176. So so you probably lost out on like 20% of the value. No, a bit more than that. 30% of the card value.
Thank you, MCG. Yeah. Now I want to go and pop another pack, but I don't know.
I did it a few days ago. I did 3 in a row. My best was Whale common, but like the other 2 were just bad. You're almost better off. I feel shiny packs, Jade packs have almost been like just better for me. That's not too tempting to do anything crazy right now on stream, but
26.
But no, yeah, you probably were just off being. You probably needed one more good card in that pack basically to like break even. And I think one of the things is a lot of mid cards are just priced at flow. So it's like it's hard to get. You need one good card basically.
And I never
Yeah.
hit rares, barely ever.
Yeah,
'Cause I can
I
get
got lucky.
1,200, or I could spend 0.09 and get 12 packs. Well, actually, I'd get more. It's at 43, so I'd get 13 packs. 13 cards. I better stop. I put bids in.
Yeah.
I'll stop for now. I might end up swinging back around though and hitting this. I do want to throw another gold deck in real quick. Let's see what golds are looking like.
Yep,
So we
nice.
got Leo. We'll throw one of our hymns in there. We'll put.
I put Kate.
her.
Kate's pretty consistent. I've got 3 rares for Kate, all in elite. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, Kate. I'll get one of your commons in. Oh no, this is gold. Sorry, this is gold. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I was.
We'll need one common, but I don't know what common I can even throw in. I kind of used all.
Wait, I wouldn't do this, to be honest. I'd keep Yano in there. I'd get rid of the other 2, and put them in elite if I was you.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather have it balanced. So look at your 5 stars. Look at Sherpa. Altcoin Sherpa. I'd put him in. He's pretty consistent. I'd
I like
almost
Luca
get.
here.
Yeah.
Or not Elio.
Yeah.
Wait, do you like Elio better?
I got cold blooded Shill.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Schiller.
And then I get one of your 4 stars in, or 3. Who have you got? Because I know you've got
I like
Apex.
Psycho.
I know you've got Apex as well.
Oh yeah, I do. Apex too, and that leaves me with
7 stars. Thread guy.
Thread, yeah.
Thread guy. Leaf star for your elite deck, maybe.
Yeah,
I like this. I think it's pretty solid. But I would lock in one.
I just want to see there. Yeah, so if they just don't have him, I think he'll score better than what they're saying he's going to score too.
Yeah, he had that off week this week,
Yeah.
right? But if you go to elite now, I think you need to lock in a good elite farming deck because you've got a rare player, right? So it's best to get one in. Yeah, I got him. I got Smalting just because. I got Kate probably just because of a consistency, and I got a common now, a star, and you know that.
Yeah, 46, which is good.
Yeah, I think that one's good because Kate and Smalting kind of hit 600, and then you have Star has a high ceiling. Yano can be sometimes dropped, but I think recently he's been quite good. And then you've got Cleo. I'd save that, yeah.
And there's been some FUD on his company with like I realized it the other day.
Like
yep. People are saying that like, yeah, I was reading comments. I don't know if it's gonna come to anything, but I kind of think that I like Blockworks. But people have kind of been grumpy with him about like not covering ETH very much. And so
okay. Yeah, but yeah, maybe that gets engagement.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah. This one, I don't know. I wouldn't risk out. Like, honestly, like he's just so much bad. I would go with Guat, Mercury, Ignas, Shapiro, and then I'd go common. Seeing Fejao at 6-star and not using him in silver kind of feels like a crime. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I need to run. I'm probably gonna run another silver deck. I just won't probably do it on stream.
Yeah, I think leave what you got now. That you got 2 good elite decks, 1 good gold deck. If you go back to silver, maybe adjust so that Fejao can somehow get in. Just because I feel at 6-star he'll be the best one. I feel. So if you can somehow get him in, I was thinking that top deck somehow, but do the ISO deck. But so if you take ISO out and see, it's a tough one because who do you actually bring in? I
can put him back. Oh wait, no. I never put my guy back in.
Keep it as you had it, to be honest. Get Clem back in.
Shit, how'd I have it?
So take Shapiro out and put Clem in. That's it. That's the change you need to make.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yep.
But yeah, I would do it later, but try thinking about it. Fejao, however you want to say it, in your top deck. Shall I quickly go through a few mine because I know because of time I need to try finishing.
Oh shit! I went to take my thing off the screen. I took you off.
All right. Do I need to share again?
Yeah, it shows you're not sharing. So let me take mine off.
Drama is good for engagement. Yep, for sure. Right. Beanie's a 5-star that I'm thinking like, when there's drama, he's like one of the best heroes to have, right? He's kind of like, he's all over the drama. But yeah, I can show you my silver decks. Do you want to see silver decks first?
Yeah, let's see it.
Right, let's go for it. I'm heavily pro silver, right? Now I try winning. So Greg and Anthem go in the same deck every week. I have to do that. Like the only reason I do it is because they don't suffer from like the day 3 score pullback, right? They kind of like stay as they are. Hugo Guru, I'm going all in, right? 1 stars. You gotta go for it to win it. And then in turn, got one with Wazir. I like Evans at 6-star. I'm not sure about everyone else. I actually like him at 6-star. Then I like the 777-star, right? You said Vo. Vo should be good, right? Trader Main, Tyler Durden, all 3 in one deck. And Hugo Guru, right? I know a few in the comments like
7-7. You went 7-7-1-1. F you, dude.
7-7-1-1. I know W has a few good silver decks as well. JTH is probably one of the best silver players.
I'm scrapping all my silvers.
To be honest, I like a few. You have to use the 1 stars, right? You can't get away with it.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you. But
now
yeah,
I'm thinking,
dude, those are bangers.
I've got 2 more woes. Got Ultra. I've still got a few like decks to put together, right? I'm thinking
Did you get
the rest
that
of them I play it safe.
Ultra? Did you pack him or buy him?
I packed 4 commons when he first became a hero, and then I bought 1 on the dip because everyone just sold him because of the thought after Laudio, be a dead card, right? But I'm just refreshing. But DB 7-star as well, right? Thread guy, I'm thinking Vol again, and then maybe you got Hugo DCF, but I feel like with the rest of them I might spread it out a bit more because I've kind of gone all in with the first 4 decks, but yeah, so what I'm thinking is maybe go. Ram's kind of dropped off a bit. I don't know if you noticed, but I like Art School.
Ram, yeah.
Ram, yeah. So I'm thinking Art School, and I go to. If I go 7-7, that puts me at 19. Yeah. So if I go Art School and I go Vol Thread Guy, I like doing Orangey Hugo like this. I think that does well for me. Just because it's a different 5-star this time. I like that. And then maybe DB Vol in the next one because, and then probably go. I'll probably go. What happens if I do that? All right, I got Guru Rare as well. I got Guru Rare. I forgot to say. I got Guru Rare. And then do I go Mando or CBB this time just to like make it have a bit of variance in my decks? Let me think. If I do that, do I have another Sherlock? Oh yeah, I have another Sherlock. Sorry, yeah, Sherlock, and then probably Shloms. Yeah, did you have any Shloms? I didn't notice.
Yeah, no Shloms. No, I have.
No, he's a 4-star.
The other one, yeah.
He's one of those heroes. I don't know if you've seen lately. Like he can just win you a tournament. Like you can go crazy.
Oh yeah, he could take off.
With
random
right? Yeah, it's just the most random tweet you can think of, right? And it's. But maybe I go. Alon, I don't trust Alon all the time. I trust him with his rare, but not the common. But yeah, I feel intern or who else do I have? Oh, I have Rasma. Rasma's one that I forgot. Yeah, he might do well. And then maybe I don't have another good 3-star. Maybe I go Mando and play it like this. Slightly different deck. DB high risk, high reward. Guru. Yeah, I like this. I think Mando, if he can get me 400-500 points. Oh, it's my highest scoring deck actually on the 7-day averages. I think I need one more that I'll just lock in without. Who do I have left over? Lucas. You don't have any? I think you used to have a common. I think Lucas.
Yeah, I got rid of him.
Yeah, you got rid of him because he kind of was a bit. He can be up and down a bit. If I go Jeff Park, like Jeff Park can.
A common Park.
Yeah, you should be a big fan of him. He quoted your post, right?
No, yeah.
You see, right? Park. Who's Jeff Park, right?
Yeah.
I saw Orange.
Like I was trying to bait him on that. I didn't think he'd actually take the bait though.
No, yeah. I'm thinking maybe Icebergy and Apex just 2-star exposure in silver as well. or maybe if I drop Lucas and go two. Right, let me think. If I go drop him, I've got 10 stars to play with here. So if I go
Oh
drop
yeah,
him
I
and
like.
go
And
5
you need
5,
what? A rare and a common.
a rare Honey. What do you think of Honey in this deck?
I like honey. I
Honey,
like honey this
Beanie,
week.
or Cochrane? Oh, I got Jez.
Ooh,
Sorry. I'm gonna do it again.
you need you
I
Jez.
forgot.
You have 6-4.
Yeah,
Or if you're gonna scrap it though,
I need
get
to put
Jez in there for
Jez
sure.
in this deck, and
I'd
then I
put your
got
common
Lucas.
intern. I'd do common intern for sure. You have a 5-star common
Yeah,
intern.
yeah. Now that I've got put Jez in, I think if I go Jeff,
But you have more. Yeah, hard. And now you
ooh,
need 2 common.
or do I drop Lucas and go 7-star Kaleo
7-star Kaleo.
or Carbon? Well, I've got 6 stars like
How's Davidson
Bread
doing?
guy. He's
Ooh,
been
Bread
good
at 6.
lately.
Bread at 6. That's a no-brainer.
Bread at 6, yeah.
Yeah,
What was he?
definitely.
26. Yeah, he's 1 star less. I feel like he's almost. And then yeah, so what I'll do is I get intern and I get Icebergy. Right, okay.
Yep,
I like that deck
that's
actually.
banger.
The only thing I might change that 6-star to like Ram
Somebody
or
else.
even let's see who else. There was
What
Newsy
other
as well,
6-stars
right?
do you have?
Got a few. Newsy,
Newsy, I like.
Ignace. Which one does
Yeah,
which one's
I like
I like Jeff
Newsy
Park.
or
I think Jeff
yeah, I
Park is
like
more
Park better.
viral
Yeah, because
part
he can take
of
off. He's like
is
big
our
Bitcoin guy.
is RWK back this week? Yeah, I DM'd him just to confirm. He is back this week, so yeah, he's in. As you can see, he's in my Ansem deck. He's in my other Ansem deck. Actually, no, he's he's in my Clemente deck, right?
2 rare
Uh,
Ansems though.
yeah, I bought
You have
one
for a
2
while,
weeks
haven't you?
ago. Yeah, I put one a bit of two more ETH in like a few weeks ago. Just to upgrade my silvers, rares,
Let's
rare
go.
collection. But yeah, I'll settle for that. I'll quickly show you my elite. I think I showed you my elites actually. But like a lot of the time, what happens with my strategies, I get left over with a lot of commons that I don't have anything to do with. So what I might just do is sometimes like CBB, you know, Cozy at 2 stars good, right? He goes off viral sometimes. Shloms, right? Like just put in a deck that, you know, might just take off. Like maybe Waz and then 4-star, let's just say Nick. Like something like this. Usually, you know, I get left over with. So yeah, I with bronze, I don't really expect any good returns, right? It's more to manage my inventory. I don't like selling commons that I know might become a 1-star the next week. I don't chase too much, right? So my strategy always revolves around do my gold decks. Now I didn't show you my gold decks because they're just farming, nothing interesting. Four rares and a common, and hopefully one of them takes off, right? Last week, one of my gold decks, 4 rares and a common, got like top 250. I got ETH
Oh
with
shit.
my gold with the gold farming deck, right? So
Wait, what was it? It was how many
four
rares?
4 rares and a common, and it took
Let's go,
off.
baby.
It hit the top 250 without even an epic. But yeah, that's my strategy, right? Heroes that I don't
Huge.
think are doing great or that I don't feel I feel like putting in silver that can win me a tournament, but some the heroes that, you know, I can easily get like a solid return and they're quite consistent. Some of them I just fill out like 4 rares and a common based on what my inventory is left over with, like Merp, Deez is on a downtrend, Farouk, heroes like that. And then, you know, once I've done my silver decks after this, I'll be left with a bunch of commons. I'll throw some in reverse just in case, because I do have Makesees. But then, you know, the rest will just go into here where it's just. But yeah, I do have to. I have Clem commons, so I need to like, you know, think how I go about playing them because I've got Hugo 1-stars, 2 more, right? So maybe I
Oh
go
yeah.
something like this, something like that, and doing like bread guy, and then a 6 maybe, and then a 2, something like that. But yeah, I'll fill out the rest. But yeah, no, that's probably my top 7 silver decks. Pretty much I can say any one of them can do well on based on what happens in the tournament. But yeah, hopefully that's put off a lot of my challenges in silver, right? And you go to a different league,
Yeah.
but yeah, but silver's like I would agree, silver's I enjoy the most out of all the tournaments. But granted, I don't have epics, right?
Yep.
Anyone who's in gold will say the same with gold, right? But I just feel silver works best with managing my inventory. It's a more versatile because you can play them in 3 leagues over the 2, and also it helps me work around the start updates, right? And I feel there's still a place for mid rares in silver, especially when they drop to a 2-star, right? Like I consist Apex as a mid rare, but he's a 2-star this week. So because I've already I have him for my gold farming, all of a sudden I can put him in maybe a few silver decks this week. But yeah, I'm drafting an article on strategy and stuff like that, ready for when the full migration to base comes, just so that new users come and they're like, where do I spend my ETH? There's something there, right? There's a guide there, so I'm working on that as well at the moment. But yeah,
dude, that's hilarious because I've been working on a video, like just like an onboarding video, not onboarding, but just like kind of like onboarding, but at the same time we don't know what the new things gonna look like, so there's like spots I have to fix. I've been working on it forever. It's because like when I first started, it had it about complete. I'm glad I didn't drop it, but remember before Clout came out, I was getting ready to drop it, and then Clout came. Wait, what?
Can tell Craft has been in the gym and it's
well, thank you. So maybe it might just be the new camera. Yeah, I switched. My wife finally got it set up for me, so I'm using her. She does photography on the side, so I'm using her good camera now. Got it set up because then after this, I'm bouncing up to about 2-hour drive to do a live stream with Clayton Mooney.
Yeah.
So
nice.
That's gonna be fun.
I think I'm gonna have to head out now just because it's 4 sharp, right? I've got to go to London today, so it's a bit of a drive, 3 hours from here.
Oh, geez, I thought my drive was long. Yours is longer than mine.
Actually, it's 4 hours and a half. Sorry, I don't know why I said 3. Yeah, it's
4.5.
Yeah, so it's down south in UK, so it's anyone from UK would know, right? Manchester to London, the drive's quite.
Oh, so that's where you live, is Manchester?
What was that again?
That's a long drive. That's a long drive, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm just gonna have to get ready for that. But no, it's been a good stream. A bit different to usual. We did have the guest on, but it's just nice to go through our own the decks and more strategy related conversation. And yeah, got crabs in London as well. Unfortunately, I'm only going for work, so it's like a 1-day trip and back. Or else I'd love to go there. I bet there's a lot of few. I think Ezra's from London as well. I think. Yeah, so yeah, I've got a more of a work trip for me because literally get there one night, sleep, and then work. So you
have to work there on tomorrow,
huh? Yeah. So it's some urgent work that he's doing. So like Sunday, and then so it's ready for Monday basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
They give you windshield time. Or do they pay you to drive? Do they get? We call it like windshield time here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They pay for like food and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But anyways, yeah. Hope everyone enjoy the show, and any updates I'll likely will post on the TL, and we'll catch you guys next week. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, we'll be out with a guest next week too. Haven't quite ironed them in yet, but we'll get one ironed in. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, HK. Just drive safe, man.
Yep. See you.
Bye.